Hello, my ABT students. Now, this is part 3, and it should still be on your screen because that's as far as we got in part 2. So, let's go from here. Now, the next thing I want to show you is that here, click in this table, and we want to go and select the table with your four-headed arrow, right-click, go to Table Properties. Now, when we set the column, the row height, we said specify the height 0.3. All right. Now, we don't want to specify the height this time. So take that check mark out. Okay, take that check mark out. And you see here now, there's a little white box. Okay, because you took out, we can make those rows any height that we want. So say OK. All right, and now there's no height on the rows. Now, when you drag that little white box, you can size the rows out as much as you want. All right, now look on this table. Again, you're going to click on your four-headed arrow. Now right-click, go to Table Properties, and go to Row, take out the Specify, and say OK. So once again, you can drag this table down and you can size the rows. Now in this case, we've got the same number of rows, so we can make our table look the same size, but it's not balanced up here. Do you see that? So let's move your table here. Let's move it a little bit about here. And this isn't the easiest thing for you to do. All right, and did you see where it jumped? It jumped right up to the top. This is when your cell margins can come into play. But first, I'm going to drag this down, and I want to get it the same height as that one. There, pretty close. All right, so now we're going to go, and remember I said the cell margins affect the whole table. So right now, this table here, this outside table, actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to click here, and I'm going to fill it. We're going to go to Home. We're going to go to Home, and we're going to go to Borders and Shading, and we're going to go to Shading, and we're going to say, I'm going to make it about 20%, just so that you can definitely see it, and I'll go with purple. Okay, so this is going to be 20% purple. Now, that is called the parent table, just like mom and dad, the parents. All right. Now, this table here is called a nested table. I'm going to fill it with about 20% red. So I'm going to put in 20% red. All right. And this is child number 1, the child table. So there's the parent table, which is the overall one. This is the child table number 1. This one here is the child table number 2. So we're going to make it green. I'm going to make it green and 20%. All right. So now this is child table number 2. Why can't I must have chosen? Let me go back here and get this. Borders and Shading. Did I not choose green? Thought I did, but maybe I didn't catch it. Okay, green. Now I can see the green dots. All right. So this is child number 2. Okay, so now we're going to go back up here and select the parent table, the purple one. We're going to go to Layout, and now we're going to go to Cell Margins, and I'm going to say on the top that I want 0.1. I'm not going to change the left and right, leave them there like that. That's fine. Or else make both of them. Okay, so I'll go 0.1, and here we'll go 0.1. All right, and say OK. Now, do you see how you have some space at the top showing you your 0.1, and you've got some space on the left side and the right side? So that was helpful for us to get what we wanted. Now, do you see here? This wrapped. It didn't wrap here. So I'm going to move this one out a little bit, and then we can grab our white arrow and pull it over to about, no, I have to go there. All right, so now I have nothing's wrapping, and I want to come down a little bit more so that I line it up a little bit better. So there you have now some space, and I'm going to say here that we will drag this up a bit just so that we get it all really nicely balanced. All right, we don't want the enter symbol here. Your retail prices, let's say we want to go Control E and size it up a bit, bold it, italicize it, and let's go to Layout, and we want Center, Center. All right, now I'm going to take my paintbrush, Home tab, my paintbrush, and paint wholesale prices to match. And of course I want to go to Layout and say Center, Center. So very nicely now you have placed two tables in here. Now here I could have bolded this just so that it would look better, so you know it's the heading. Now if I had asked you to put in a total, you would say no problem, but you have to drag this down so that we've got some room here. So remember, go here, press your tab key, and there's your extra row. And if we want to put your formula in here, which wouldn't make sense to add the prices, but I'll just, refresh your memory. So you would go to Formula, Sum Above, Number Format, and so on, and you know how to do that. So I don't need to go over that with you. All right, so we don't want this last row here. So therefore, right-click and delete rows. And then I can bring this back up to here to match your top a little bit more. Oh, it's not going to let me put any more, so that's all right. Now, okay, this all looks good. You've got your headings in there. I don't think there's anything else that I need to show you there. That's your nested tables. This is called the parent table, and these are called the children tables. So now I could take out my page break, which I threw over there, and I'll go back to View, Page Width, and take out one of these for sure so that you can see your work here. Now let's go to the parent table. Have we centered this? We want to right click, go to Table Properties and Table Center. All right, say OK, and our table is now centered under our memo. All right, let's go Control S to save. And all right, so that's good for this. We only have one more thing to do here, and numbers are always right aligned. So remember, Layout, and you want right alignment, and the same thing here. We want it to be right aligned. And there should be a $sign at the beginning of the column, so put that in. And now go Control S to save, and we will stop there.